ready, David?
Not this morning.
See, I was ready this morning. He wasn't. So, today we're talking about giving your spouse attention.
Yes.
So this is for all you attention seekers out here. Click in if you like attention, which most people like attention. I mean, if you're human, you like attention.
Mm-hmm.
This will be a good topic for you. So, a young man wrote in today, or the other day, I think it was yesterday. He had a question, and one of his questions was, since we had kids, I don't get the attention I deserve. So we wanted to address that today.
That's a statement. That's what he...
Well, he wants to know what can be done so that he could get the attention.
Okay.
So yeah, I mean, he gave a statement, but basically he wants to help him.
Right.
So we're going to go on with the purpose of us doing these episodes, live streamings. You look good. You look good, babe. Come on. You missed the opportunity. You missed the opportunity. You should have been up.
I go to the sleepy time. I'll be up in the morning.
So the purpose of this is to encourage and inspire people to get or stay married and to address their fears and their concerns in their marriage.
Or any relationship, really.
Or any relationship.
Yeah, but our purpose is to help you to get married if you're not married, and to help you to stay married if you're not married. Now, Sharon and I know we look young, so a lot of old people be like, how you going to help me? See, there's your problem right there. Your voice is so loud, as my mentor would say, that nobody can help you. So hopefully you will listen to us. Hopefully you will respect us enough to just listen to us, because we be knowing what we be talking about some of the time.
So, what do you think? All right, I'll start.
Yes.
So, I think that men seek more attention than women think men do.
Yes.
And I don't want to ignore how he feels, because it is important. I think when you have children, it's a super change in your relationship.
It is.
So if you're thinking about getting married and you don't have children, wait. I would suggest wait.
Yeah, oh yeah.
I'm not trying to tell you what to do, just a recommendation. Just so you and your spouse can develop your relationship first. Because I mentioned in my last shows that me and David, we got married and we came in the marriage with a child. And it just makes it a little bit more difficult. It's not impossible. It's not that you can't do it, but it just makes it more difficult because you haven't had that alone time. You already have a child, and you have to split your time between your child and your spouse. Mm-hmm. And so it has to be a balance, is what I would say. You have to have the appropriate amount of time with your children, and you have to have the appropriate amount of time with your spouse so that they don't feel like they're being taken advantage of. So for women, I would say just make sure you have a balance of that and make sure you're doing something for your spouse. For instance, my husband, he likes it when I make his plate, and I know he likes it when I make his plate. So I'm not always perfect in that area. Sometimes I'll be running around doing other things, but I try to make sure I make his plate for him because it makes him feel special, and that's his way of me giving him attention. So you have to figure out whatever your spouse's way or your partner's way is of giving attention. You have to figure that out. Another thing I was going to say, and I know he boo-boos the idea of writing things down, but that's how I like to operate. I write things down. So if you're writing everything down of what she does and what you do, and you sit down and see who's doing what, you'll probably clearly see that your wife is probably doing a lot throughout the day. You could probably see that. And if you look at yours, you probably got just a couple of things. So I was going to say or suggest that maybe you could help her out with a couple of her things, and then she'll have a little bit more attention or time to give you attention that you want. What do you think?
Well, we always like to parenthetically insert the purpose of these videos. And the purpose of these videos is to encourage and inspire people to get and or stay married and to address any fears. So what do I think about that? Yeah, I do believe that the women's shoulders in a marriage, a majority of the workload in the marriage, a majority, and it just depends on your situation. Sometimes it is necessary for that to happen. Other times it is because of a preconceived notion of what role a man should play, and if your preconceived notions are interrupting your marriage, then I would challenge you to change what you think about marriage. My wife started this discussion about attention, and just about attention seekers in a marriage. If you are not giving your spouse attention, just human nature will have them quench that need some other way. And typically you will notice that it will not be in a way that you desire. Even if it's not with another person, they
right.
may, express their attention with, drugs or with alcohol or gambling or with porn or anything. So you have to make sure that you're feeding your children as if they are your favorite child. For some reason, we have this unconditional love for our children, and I think it's because it's like, no matter what you do, I'm going to love you, and that's legit. I've seen parents in courtrooms and in other rooms that they know their child was like super wrong,
right?
And they still was like there. You know what I mean? And so it's that love connection. If I would suggest also having that love connection for your spouse. That's how you stay married. If a person believes that you love them unconditionally, then it will help. Now, I'll also say, make sure you express this love to a person who also will express it back to you. There are instances where, life happens and one of the people in your relationship may not have the mental strength or the mental wherewithal to love you the same way at a moment. That's different than somebody that you're giving your all to, and no matter what you do, they're going to be greedy and go do what they want to do anyway.
Right.
You got to leave them alone.
Bye-bye.
You do. You just got to leave them alone.
Yep.
I feel like that's one of the outs of marriage. If I'm expressing everything I can for you, and you out here being Gomer, and I'm out here being Hosea, listen, we not them. Right. You know what I mean? So I gotta, to the left.
Right.
Honestly, I love attention though. Like just David as a human being. So I mean, when I'm in a room, I have a personality where if I choose, I can take it over. You know what I mean? And if I choose, I don't. In school, I was the type of kid where I'll tell you a short story. My French teacher, her name will go nameless, but you know who she is. My French teacher, I was such an attention seeker that she offered me a C not to come back to her class. And I said, and what she really did was she promoted that behavior in my life. I said, okay, so if this is how I have to act in order to pass or to get what I want,
right.
All she did was feed that behavior.
Right.
I mean, she hated my behavior. I'm not going to say she hated me because she didn't know me, because at the time I didn't know myself. So you can't hate a me I don't know. You feel me? I didn't know myself, but my behavior, she vehemently loathed, to the point where she was like, hey, I'm going to break every rule I have ever signed up for, and I'm going to give this young man a C.
You was really getting on her nerves.
So that he does never come back to my class. And I said, you have a wonderful day. Bon voyage is the only thing I learned in French.
You was cutting up.
It's that fine line that you walk. You know what I mean? Like that. I know you are, but what am I? I'm not touching you. I'm not touching you. You know what I mean? Just wanting attention. That's all. And so when you want attention, you got to be careful. So in this marriage, for me, I think physical touch, as we relate to the 5 love languages, which is Gary Chapman's book. By the way, if you do need another book, W.F. Harley's book, His Needs, Her Needs, is also good. But physical touch is my number one
you like acts of service
need.
too.
But acts of service as well. But affirmation or, being attention, it can't be affected. I don't think that, they are in order, but you can have all of them. Acts of service, her giving me my plate is a requirement in this relationship. So if she has a problem with that, then we're going to constantly be at odds with each other.
Right.
Me massaging her is a requirement in this relationship. So if I have a problem with that, we're going to be at odds with each other all the time. And marriages work. Yesterday, We had a video series called Marriage is Work. It was such work that I didn't even post it because you saw a legit argument. You saw me have a legit attitude yesterday. And so I was like, no, I can't post this one. This one I can't post. But like I always say, I go to bed, man, but I don't wake up like that. You feel me? I just don't wake up like that.
So going back to that balance. So the points that you made was excellent. And I do agree with them. I do think you want to cater to your spouse and make sure you're serving them and giving them the attention they need. Also, I think that you have to be understanding too on the other end, because like I said, once you have kids, your time does split. So, maybe your plate isn't made right away when you first come in, but give her a little bit of room, some little wiggle room.
You got to.
So, because she might have been doing something, so, and you might not get that massage that you want every night, Maybe he's tired tonight. He's been working. So, I mean, you have to...
It's work.
You have to have a balance, like some common
family.
sense. You don't want to be greedy,
It's
greedy
work.
spouse, too much of a seeker, attention seeker, because that's not cute either. Like, some part, you got to grow up. Start
work.
doing some things for yourself.
It's work.
Because, both are adults here. So,
It's work, though.
Yeah, it's work.
It's
work.
legitimate work. Marriage is legit work. And people used to be like, hey, man, like all the smart couples, all of the, brilliant couples that you go talk to, they typically tell you something that you don't want to hear.
Right.
And marriage is work. It's one of the things I feel like, well, I don't even like to go to work. So why would I sign up to be at work 24/7?
Right.
It's legit work.
And responsibility, majority, in a small window of sex, which... we're trying to change in our marriage, but
Yeah.
but typically it just falls like that. Not because you want it like that, but it's just a lot of responsibilities, a lot of things that you have to do first. You have to be an adult first, and
Right.
and you can have fun. We're not saying you can't have fun, but it's not majority having fun. I think a lot of people think marriage is mostly having fun. And
I think it
having
is.
sex
I think it's
most of
like
the time.
85% fun for me. 85% of the time is fun.
If you marry the right person.
Yeah, it's like fun 85% of the time. And then it's like boring. You know what I mean? Like, cause I don't mistake boring. I don't mistake peace rather for boring. I know the difference.
Right.
So somebody might say, I'm bored. And you might be bored. That might be you. But sometimes I'd be feeling like, oh, okay, I didn't get a bill this morning. Or I didn't get, there's no kids running around that's crazy. This isn't boring. This is peace. Mm-hmm. So I don't mistake, peace for boredom.
Right.
Number one. And then number two, as it relates to seeking attention, I have to be careful because I am such a clown that if you, and this is even if I'm getting attention at the crib, I'm such a clown that if you're laughing at my jokes and stuff, I will gravitate towards you, because I want that particular attention. But the problem is, if my dudes are laughing, I'm gonna gravitate toward them. But if another female is laughing, I had to figure out, okay, and now this is sometimes I'll be having some good material that Sharon just don't be laughing at. I be feeling like this is gold, this is classic. But I have to be cognizant, oh, okay, she might be laughing because she want to ride this pony, you know what I mean? Or
90s.
Right, that's what I'm saying. She might be
some new terminology.
She might be laughing for a different reason. I'm like, okay,
Right.
so if she laughing because she want to ride this pony, then I got to get away from you. You know what I mean? Because first of all, if you're a comedian, that's not a legit laugh. I
Right.
want a legit laugh out of you. I want you to be holding your stomach, oh my God, I've never been around somebody like David before. He is absolutely crazy. And my wife doesn't always give me that. She's medically serious. I don't know if you know what that means, but if you go to the doctor, you know what I mean, and you really look in their eyes, you be like, is anybody in there? Hello? She's medically serious.
I like to have a good time, but I would say my sense of humor is a little unique.
Yes. I'm a savage. I say stuff, I say some savagery on a regular basis. I don't necessarily do it in public if I'm in a place where it's not appropriate. If I don't do it to everybody, but I be trying to say savagery to her and she'd be like, why would you, this ain't the time or the place. I'm like, oh my God. But that's one of the things that kind of make us, unique. You know what I mean? There are times where she does laugh and we just have a giggle, like.
Right.
But also for me, you know, if you laugh at one of them, here come 10 more. So she probably, you know, try to stop that right where it's at. Like, no, you right now is really legit not the perfect time. I'm at weddings laughing at other people's shoes. Like, I'm at funerals laughing at, you know, I'm at work laughing at stuff I shouldn't be laughing at. Like, you know what I mean? So, and it's like, it's all happened because that French teacher gave me the C. You know what I mean? Because she was like, that's enough. He just fed the behavior. So. And
it seems like it's always one serious person in a relationship. It is one that's a little, come back in, bring them back in, you know. A little, they'll be stepping out and going on.
I'm a clown. So I am an attention seeker as it relates to that. I am. She says, I like that too, David. See, she's, you know. So me and Britt, if we was together, then I would probably have to be the serious one, which would be impossible. And it'd only be the countdown to when I was going back to Ciroc. You know what I mean? That's just exactly what it would be, because I need that yang. I'm the yin, and you are the yang. That's just how it works. So today, I do want to kind of parenthetically insert the purpose of these videos. It's always to encourage and to inspire people to get and or stay married and to address any fears that you may have about getting married. If you do need a case or a book, we have two. Gary Chapman's The 5 Love Languages, and also W.F. Harley's book, His Needs, Her Needs. I learned how to be serious in my early 20s. After I had my first child, I figured that's enough of this childishness. I probably need to learn how to become a parent, right? Because those things had seemed so boring to me that I didn't I never gave them second thoughts, like who, you know. But once somebody was eligible to call me Dada, you know what I mean? I said, oh, I probably need to learn. So I went to go sit down in a place where I could learn. And the very first thing I learned was seriousness. And nobody really ever brought that word up. But the environment that I was in was so serious. Like, I never thought I would enjoy it. But as an adult, I enjoy being serious. I even enjoy being seriously funny at times. You know what I mean? Like, but just being serious is something that I've grown to kind of appreciate and to know. And that seriousness, it took a while for me to adapt to it because, like I said in previous videos, my personality type, I can see something funny in stuff that I guarantee you is not funny at all to most people.
Right.
I'm over here, you know, holding my stomach like, man, if I said this right now.
But that's a gift. I think that's a gift. You just have to learn how to operate in your gift.
You do.
So, yeah.
Timing. If you do have any sort of gift, whether it's music, whether it's
hopefully you have some timing.
Whether it's speaking, timing is extremely important. So what is funny at this time, and I've learned this because I do stand-up comedy. You know what I mean? I stand on stage, and I have done stand-up comedy before, but it was interfering with my marriage, so I put that on hold. Like, it was because I coming in the crib at 2 or 3 in the morning, and I don't drink. You know what I mean? So I'm not coming in drunk. But it's 2:30, like, and you're married, and we have children. This isn't funny. You know what I mean? So on stage, you know what I mean, I'm killing. Like, I'm literally, people are laughing at my jokes that I wrote. So it was like, wow. She said, I'll be 22 weeks. I have yet to be serious. Pray my strength. Yes, man.
Yes, you
in
will.
Jesus' name. But yeah, there's a power in seriousness. And like, even when I was doing my jokes on stage, I had to be serious when I was writing. You know what I mean? You can't, like, when you feel like, when I get up there, I'm just going to be, winging it. And that's cool for your first maybe 2 shows. You might legit be able to pull that off for your first 2 shows. But after that, you got to get serious about it. You got to get serious. I got to start writing stuff. Now the stuff that's funny to me that I was keeping on the inside, I got to start putting it on paper. You know what I mean? Because I won't forget it. And then I have to repeat it over and over and over again until it is funny. And then once it's funny, it's gone. Like, comedy is not like music where you can sing a song over and over and over and over and over and over and over again, and people are like, yeah. Once you hear a joke, you go to the bye-bye time on your own.
Well, some jokes are still funny. Like,
if I tell you a joke right now,
You gonna probably crack up the first time. I'll wait till you get finished. I'll tell it again.
No.
Then to be like, man, that was funny, right? But the third time I tell it, you'll be like, do you got any more?
No, but like something.
But I can sing a song and you'll be like,
all right, like
sing that
certain movies,
again.
like Coming to America and Friday.
Yeah.
Like you can watch them over and over and over.
But
and
you
I
ain't
don't
laughing
know.
like the first time.
I do. I don't know. Maybe I'm the weird one, but I'll be cracking up. Like it's still funny to me for some reason. But you know, I mean, you need.
You ain't gonna laugh like the first time, man. I watch Friday once a year. You know what I mean? And I'd be like, oh, I didn't notice that. I might notice something that I didn't notice before, but I'm not gonna be laughing like it's the first time every time.
I do.
So, you see, we have very unique perspectives. You know what I mean? So because of that, I had to take my comedy seriously. I had to take it seriously. I had to study my comedy. And all it's really doing is, you know, pushing me into my destiny. And that is, you know, to get this marriage, seminars or workshops or episodes together. Because I bring a comedic, you know what I mean, point of view,
right.
Which I personally love my own point of view. But I have to be serious. I really literally legit be studying so I can have something to say to you every day. You know what I mean? I'll be reading books, watching videos, so I can get the swing. Because at the end of the day, if my perspective helps you to get married or helps you to stay married, then I've done my job. I want to mention that, you know, if we get big, then marriage gets big, particularly for our community.
Right.
We want that to happen.
Right.
So for that reason, I'm working on my strength, and I'm working to strengthen, you know, how I speak to people so that they can see, you know, I'm legitimately married. When I say I'm married, I mean I'm married. So that means I'm curving babes on the Reggie, you know what I mean? And not to say I'm some sort of Fabio, you know, but I'm the black one. And I'm curving babes on the Reggie, I'm curving them, you know, and that's not easy to do. Now, if you ugly and married, you feel me? It might be a little easier. Or when I was fat, I didn't get so much attention that I get now. Like I told y'all a couple weeks ago, look, she about to get mad. Look at her face. Girl was following me around the gym.
Attention seeker.
I was like,
attention seeker.
Okay. But I was just like, curve, you know what I mean? And that's what I do, you know what I mean? But that for me is becoming increasingly more difficult because I love attention. I love attention. So I'm having to like check myself on a regular basis now, on a regular basis, because it's not cute, it's not funny, because, you know, somebody get in your life and you want attention so bad that it'll mess what you have up, and what I have is gold. Who trades in, you know, their wish for a bowl of soup?
Aww.
I know a nigga who done that. You feel me? But I'm not gonna do that. You know what I mean? So we always like to parenthetically insert the purpose of these videos. It is to encourage and inspire people to get and or stay married. Also to address any fears. If you do need a book, it's W.F. Harley's His Needs, Her Needs, and Gary Chapman's book, which is The 5 Love Languages. And I'm pretty sure there are more. Sharon and David also has this video series that they do. Y'all should check them out. You know, it's very unique. It's very informative. It's very candid, very open. In the mornings, we are serious people for the most part. But at night, it get ratchet. I say stuff that I'm not going to say in the mornings because I have a different audience in the mornings than I do at night. So, do you have anything else? Oh, yeah.
Just make sure that you subscribe to us. We want to hear your viewpoints. We want to hear what you're thinking, what things you want us to discuss. Like the young man, I'm not going to say his name, but he put in a question or issue that he was having.
And we would never do that.
And it gives us something to discuss, something to talk about. Right. We like to see what you guys need. That's the reason why we're here. We're here to help you guys. So if you need something, some kind of concerns, just inbox us or something. Right. Or you can put it below if you don't mind people knowing about it. Then also, we need you to share the videos.
Share, right.
Share, even if it's not, you know, necessarily for you, you know, another couple that might benefit from it, just share it with them.
Yeah, and if you don't know it yet, you're gonna be waking up to some hot breath. I'm over here holding my nose right now. No, she brushed her tooth, sis. But yeah, so we are gonna get some date night going, and I've reached out to probably two or three couples. A couple have yet to respond yet, But, you know, a couple of them told me, you know, my relationship isn't as strong as yours. I'm working on yours, David. I watch your videos so that I can get a little bit stronger. I said, thank you. You know what I mean? So let me know that, and we're going to try to spin this off into like a workshop or something so that we can have something to always bring to the table for people.
Right.
Because like I said, if we get big, then marriage gets big.
Right.
And that's the purpose. All right. So until next time, we love you. Bye-bye.
Bye.